The number to call in is 718-488-5190. We have, like I said, Ashley Lovechild. He is an R&B singer here tonight, and he's going to be presenting some of his music for us. So if you like it, call in, let us know what you think. Give Ashley your opinion. He is here in the studio with us for the first hour. The second hour, we'll be discussing everything Super Bowl, including Beyonce's wonderful performance with Destiny's Child and Michelle's not-so-great performance. But we're going to get into all that stuff later. Right now, he is the man of the hour, and I would like to introduce him now. Ashley, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me
here. Good. Ashley is an R&B singer, like I said. He's already had many albums. He's already done lots of work, and we're very honored to have him here in the studio with us tonight. And we're going to be presenting about 3 of his songs. There's some of his latest records, so hopefully you guys like it. So you can call us in at 718-488-1590 and let us know what you think. So Ashley, born and raised in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, sir.
How you feel about that?
Feel great about that.
You feel good. Brooklyn's a nice place to be, huh?
Yeah, it's home.
Yeah, we have Sherry, who's actually from the Bay, so she's kind of anything that's not L.A. or California related. She don't be feeling that. Oh, you don't claim Los Angeles? Yeah. How you gonna claim California but not one of the major?
I claim Northern California.
That's fine. That's fine. And Supreme, can you tell the listeners where you're from as well?
I'm from all over.
You're from all over?
From all over.
What does that even mean?
She's a gypsy. Okay. No, I'm not a gypsy. I was born, actually, in Brooklyn, and then I moved to Poughkeepsie. You know where that is?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, I don't.
No one knows where that is. And then I moved to Queens, and now I'm back in Brooklyn.
Okay, that's cool. For all the listeners, your main host, the one and only, Trey Williams, is from the Midwest, represent. Shout out to Rock Island, shout out to Chicago, shout out to everybody in Illinois. Illinois is a very underrated state, by the way. You agree with me? Because I feel like when I tell people about like where I'm from, they just be like,
Chicago?
Oh, Illinois, what's that? I was like, dang, I mean, I thought we learned the 50 states in class. I figured everyone would know where Illinois is by now, but apparently I was wrong.
I got some churches in Chicago, man.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Chicago right now ain't the best place. We all know Chicago a little rough to be in right now. It's a little dangerous, but, you know, when we're not having the criminal issues and activities in Chicago, it's a very, very beautiful city.
They got Oprah.
They do have Oprah. And Oprah be doing some wonderful things with black people.
Michael Jordan.
Who else? Keep it coming.
R. Kelly.
Keep it coming.
R. Kelly, good things for people. I wouldn't say
R. Kelly.
You could have let him out.
R. Kelly, he maybe back in the day then we could have threw him out.
No, not even back in the day.
Derrick Rose. I definitely agree with Derrick Rose. All right, Ashley, let's talk a little about you.
What's up, brother?
So, you completed college already, as we know.
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
I went to Mooresville State College, and I also went to Nassau Community College.
And you didn't start your music career until after completing college?
Yeah.
Was there a reason for that?
Yes. I actually used to play football.
Okay.
I played football since I was really little, and I don't know, it was just that time. You know, I just kept getting hurt off the field, not even on the field. I was like Gronkowski partying and you know, but you know, things happen for a reason, and the opportunity presented itself for me to sing and to do music. I just took it, you know, went head in.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I agree. I feel like once the opportunity comes, do not let it pass you by, because then you're going to spend the rest of your life thinking, what if?
Yeah.
That's the question that we always have.
Yeah.
So you're signed under ROlisticRecords.
Right.
But you also have your own label.
Right.
Which is called
HighRollerMusic.
HighRollerMusic.
Yes.
And you currently have 4 artists signed under that.
Yes.
Can you talk a little about them?
Yes. Shout-outs to Bedrock the Rebel. Shout-outs to Young Swagger. Shout-outs to Solo 235. Actually, his contract is up, but I still show him crazy love because he was the first artist that I signed, and we put out a few records on iTunes with him. It was all crazy singles, so crazy shout-outs to Solo 235 as well. And another artist that I refuse, you know, let's just say we keep them in.
Okay, that's totally fine. We know. But they business out there, you know, whatever's whatever. But the other question I had for you was, what was your one influence that just made you say that I have to be in the music industry? Because obviously we all know and we all agree that it's a very hard thing to get into. It's a very hard thing to get into successfully. Anyone can try to do it. But what's your drive, even now to this day, that keeps you pushing forward?
Well, the main thing, I felt like I had something to sing about, and I felt like, my influence was looking at different R&B artists that I grew up to, like R. Kelly, Usher, Genuine, those kind of guys. Like, they brought some sort of flavor to the R&B world, and I always wanted to be a part of that fraternity, and that's what the main thing was, it really, for me.
Okay, I agree. And I know Supreme has something to say about artists in the industry now, especially in R&B, because me and her were discussing you coming on the show a couple days ago, and she wanted to bring up the topic of how R&B has kind of transitioned from a sensual place into a sexual place.
Yeah.
And from some of the songs we're going to be playing on here, I definitely think you're more towards the sexual side. We're just going to go ahead and say that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you feel about that transition? Is something good or bad, or is it something that happens?
I honestly think it's on the person itself. The transition itself is, see, the weird part about it is, when you do sing about something a little bit more artistic, people don't...
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't. I agree. They don't.
So they want to romance you and take you to bed and all that other good stuff that people like to do. So I think that's the, I think it's more of the feedback from it.
Definitely.
So.
Well, Sherry, I mean, are you feeling this new school sexual R&B, or are you back in the old school still?
I mean, the sound is still good. I appreciate, like, a good beat. Feel me? Like, I feel like lyrics come second to the tune that's actually playing.
But that's what's selling.
I don't agree at all. I feel like as an artist and a lyricist, that's what you're supposed to look into first.
Yeah,
Very
but I
true.
mean, like, looking for music now, for me, I pay less attention to the lyrics because I have lower expectations for it.
Why, though? Why would you have lower expectations?
Just the way mainstream music has changed in general.
Because you know what? If you have lower expectations, that means that the artists that you listen to, their expectations are going to be just as low, and they're going to put out music that's just as low. So I feel like as an audience, they should have high expectations and in the beats and in the lyrics themselves, because you make an artist, you make them who they are.
But it's not.
Speaking of, while we're on the topic of R&B music and its transition over time, we're going to just go ahead and jump on to Ashley's first song of the evening, which is entitled Threesome.
Yeah.
Now, this leads me to believe that you indeed have had a threesome before.
Yeah.
And how was that? I'm sure it was.
It was
It was
interesting.
It was great experience.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, Supreme. I'm just gonna go around and ask everybody. We might as well get some stuff off the table.
No, I haven't.
No.
You don't know what you're missing.
You don't know what you're missing, but
have you? Well, you don't know what you're
this
missing.
This is a content secure show, so we're not gonna talk about the host himself. But anyone else we can ask about. Just don't ask Trey Williams anything. Only you, the callers, can ask me, and then I'll possibly might answer for you. So
if I call in right now?
No, it doesn't work like that. But have you experienced this?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. Would you? Is that something that's sitting in the back of your mind?
You got to be curious.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't know.
Not even curious.
She is. You can look in her face and see that she's just like...
I'm just trying to give you the
You
most
thought about
honest
it?
answer I can. I have thought about it. And that's why I'm trying to remember my reasons why not. But I can't right now.
I agree completely. So we're going to go ahead and play Threesome by Ashley Lovechild. Call us in at 718-488-1590 and let us know what you think when we come back.
Yeah.
Let us know what you were feeling about that song at 718-488-1590. We have Ashley Lovechild in the building himself, so you can speak with him, let him know what you thought. You like the song, you love the song, call in and let us know what you're thinking. Good. Ashley, so, your first musical experience, tell us about that, because I know you didn't get into the industry until after finishing school, but I'm sure you had some sort of encounter prior to that.
Well, actually, I kind of cheated a bit. Growing up, my father, like I said, he was heavily into music, and I was probably like one of the kids, the only kid on my block to, in my actual like house, to have a full-blown full-blown studio, and not use it at all. Like it was a full-blown studio where people come and record all the time.
Like the real deal.
Yeah, you know, and I'm just walking past the studio. I'm like, nah, I'm not into that. So, and then it didn't hit me till a little later. So, I guess that was my first experience, just growing up in it, really. Just seeing the different acts that my father had worked with. So.
Okay, so what would you say was the most difficult challenge in the industry still for you as an artist?
Right now, I would say just getting the songs played on mainstream radio.
Okay.
You know, a lot of not mainstream radio. That's a bad word, but I would say like certain stations. You know, they just really they don't take the time to break new records. You know, especially when records are strong, they don't take the time to break new records, and that's the difference between, I think, here in New York in general than anywhere else, because they take pride in saying, hey, we got something new, let's get that played. So I think that's my biggest challenge for now.
Okay.
So.
Speaking of records, this technically isn't a record, but song threesome that we just played for you guys, and if you want to call in, the number again is 718-488-1590. Ashley's song threesome, which you can find on thatpiff.com, reached the bronze level.
Yes. Which,
for those of you who aren't familiar with thatpiff, means that the song was downloaded over 25,000 times, which I would say is very significant as an up-and-coming artist, that you have built an audience of that size and that stature. So, I mean, for your listeners, what image do you want to portray as an R&B artist to your listeners?
I think for me, it's just to be true to myself and be very honest.
Yeah,
what you see, honestly, is really what you get, you know. The only thing I downplay to my audience is how, I'm very, I have a real good sense of humor, and I downplayed it, and, people in my camp see it all the time, but, you can't crack jokes while you're out there doing your thing, so it's...
No, you gotta be serious.
Yeah, you gotta be serious.
About business.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing, definitely.
All right, I agree. And if people want to follow you, where can they find you? I'm sure you have a Twitter, because everyone does now.
They could find me if they have a computer, they could certainly find me. Twitter, Ashley Lovechild, / twitter.com, Ashley Lovechild, sorry. Facebook, Ashley Lovechild, Ashley Lovechild Music. They could just Google Ashley Lovechild, and you have all types of stuff popping up.
Okay, and they can get your latest album, Shirtless, online, right?
Yes.
They can stream it, download it off of thatpiff.com.
Yes.
So make sure you guys go to thatpiff.com and check out Ashley's album, Shirtless, which is featured in one of the songs that we just played for you, entitled Threesome. Now, here on Real Talk, we actually have a little segment called Would You Rather? And basically it consists of you answering a couple questions about what you would rather do.
I'm game.
You game?
Yeah, I'm game.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So, actually, you know what? I came up with an idea. How about we have Supreme and Sherry ask the questions for us?
Ooh.
So, consecutively, just switch back and forth and see what Ashley would rather do.
Okay.
Be careful of your answer.
Oh, please, be very careful of your answer.
Oh, trust me, I will. You will catch me out there.
Would you rather drink a bottle of hot sauce or eat a dozen of frog legs?
Drink hot
Before
sauce.
you answer that question, I have had frog legs before.
Oh.
And they are fire.
Is it because you're part Asian?
No, it's not because I'm part Asian. I feel that was a bit racist, actually.
I feel the same way.
I'm 1/4 Filipino.
No one cares about that. We don't see Filipino as one of the options when you're filling out applications.
Oh, and that wasn't?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Let's
because
hear
it was
which one
me keeping it real, and that's what we do here on Real Talk. But back to Ashley, what I was saying was, I've had frog legs before, because we dissected frogs in high school, and we had the opportunity to try frog legs, and they're not bad. But I'm going to go ahead and let you tell Supreme what you would rather do.
Okay, like, you know, since I have never had frog legs, I would have to drink the hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Just down it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you. If you about that life, then you, by all means, you do you. But
I mean,
I would just prefer the frog legs. For all of our listeners, if you have the opportunity to try some frog legs.
They taste like chicken?
They do taste like chicken.
All right.
But then again,
I don't know.
So you
almost
had,
everything tastes like chicken.
so you had frog legs dipped in formaldehyde?
No, they weren't dipped in formaldehyde.
They were soaked in it?
No, that's for dissection. Don't try to educate me. I'm a 4.0 student. All right, Sherry?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
Coming at you.
So don't come in my life. But you can go ahead and ask Ashley the next question if you like.
Okay, would you rather rep Maybach music with Meek Mill or be a Rough Rider with Cassidy?
That's a hard one.
This should not be hard.
It's not hard. Well, the show is called Would You Rather. I'll say Maybach.
You say Maybach. Why?
Maybach. I think their movement is very powerful right now. I do.
I
think their movement is
but
very powerful.
I would have to say, in that series of diss between Meek and Cassidy, Cassidy shut Meek all the way down.
Completely.
Down to the ground.
I concur.
I concur. Good.
I concur.
I mean, and I agree, I would rep Maybach because of the music, the movement that they're having now. But particularly between Meek Mill and Cassidy, there was just no competition at that point in time.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how I feel about it. I don't know how y'all feel, but that's how I feel about it. Supreme, next question.
That was Sherry.
No, Supreme.
I thought you said it was on. Alright. Would you rather steal candy from a baby or egg your neighbor's house?
Egg my neighbor's house.
What?
Yeah.
The neighbor's not gonna remember that?
I would too.
You know what? You know what's weird? I have weird neighbors.
Oh, so this is something you want to do.
Yeah, this is something I really want to do.
This is a preconceived idea.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm about that life.
I think, you know what? Go ahead and snatch that little candy from that baby. What baby need candy anyway? Exactly. That's what I want to know.
That's a defenseless child you're stealing from. Exactly. That's
the point. Listen, the child is defenseless. I don't need nobody that's going to be putting up a defense against me. That's the last thing I need. I need the easiest gateway to where I'm getting. Okay?
All right.
You go ahead, though.
Whatever. Would you rather have Megan Good sit on your face or go on one date with Beyonce?
Oh, go on one date with Beyonce any day. That's too easy. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's too easy.
I don't know if this one is going to be as easy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Would you rather get in a fight with Mike Tyson or get caught in quicksand?
Mike Tyson.
Quicksand's scary.
Quicksand is scary and it's deadly, but I've met Mike Tyson before and I can say he's pretty deadly too.
Yeah, that's a deadly man, but I can hold my own.
You can hold your own.
I can hold my own.
Against Mike?
I'm not a lightweight.
Mike?
I'm not lightweight. It's not a shot at Mike right now. Mike, if you're listening,
Mike,
it's not a shot at you, brother.
No offense to you. That happened to be the question. You happen to be a part of it.
Yeah.
No offense.
You know what I'm saying? That's OG. I can't, Mike is a true legend.
I agree. So let's just wrap up with the last question, Sherry.
Would you rather be one of Nicki Minaj's Barbies or be Mariah Carey's Honey?
Will be in her honey? I'd rather be in her honey, but
I don't think that was the question.
Oh, that was
really
my bad. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
But if that's how you want to.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought you were saying. Rather be her Barbie than no disrespect to Nick, but
At all.
I mean it's Mariah. What you want me to say?
And I find it surprising because I am a big supporter of Nicki Minaj. I think her as a lyricist, she's okay, but her as a brand, she's one of the smartest artists that there ever were.
Yeah.
Because she capitalized off of the image that she had for herself, and a lot of people giving her flack, especially in the hip-hop industry, because they're saying, oh, she sold out, she a flake or whatever. But I know, me as a person, money is on the mind all the time.
Yeah.
So if an opportunity presents more money, then I'm going to take the opportunity.
Right.
So, no offense to you, Mariah, you're a beautiful woman. I love you. Even though you're with someone else, it's okay. I'll accept that. But, yeah, I'm definitely one of Nicki's little barbs. And if I ever get a chance to meet her, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, Nicki's dope.
Nicki is dope. She's good. She's a very good rapper. But I want to touch back with our listeners, back to our last question about Mike Tyson, because I want to open myself up to everyone listening on Real Talk Radio and speak about my work. Like I said earlier, I got a chance to meet Mike Tyson at work, which is Sirius XM Satellite Radio, I work on Shade 45, which is a music show. Sway in the morning, every weekday from 8 to 12 p.m. I love it at Sirius. It's one of the best experiences of my life. I'm still in college, so you know it's still that I'm not at the top of the totem pole yet.
Right.
But you know, just to be in there and be working with such great people. I got a chance to meet Alicia Keys, Mike Tyson, Kiss, the rock band, Pusha T, and the list goes on and on.
All stars.
All stars. So, you know, me being me, I'm just like, you know, you got to keep it cool. Because when you, actually, let's talk about that. When you met your first celebrity. Because I know when I met my first celebrity, I was from a small town in Illinois. So I never experienced, like, even though, like I said earlier, celebrities, we make celebrities. So listeners, don't ever feel like you have to put up a persona or you have to praise anyone if you ever get the opportunity to meet a celebrity. But the first celebrity that I did get the chance to meet was, let's think about it. It was sometime last year. 2 Chainz. I went to a Nicki Minaj concert, after party. 2 Chainz was there. 2 Chainz, mad cool, smoking on that loud, so he feeling good, you know. He ain't in no bad mood or nothing. But you know, me as just a regular Joe, I was kind of like, dang, like, how I'm supposed to act? Am I supposed to be like, hey, 2 Chainz, I love you. Let me get a picture, man. Let me get a photo. Let your money off. But no, like, after working with Sirius and establishing my career and whatnot, I see that the best way for me to go about it is just to play it cool. You know, you just get in front of them. Like, when I had the chance to meet Alicia, I was just like, hey, Miss Alicia, like, how you doing? You know, like, you just keep it cool and you keep it down to earth. Now, Supreme, tell us about an experience you had when you got to meet, and it doesn't even have to be a celebrity, when you got a chance to meet someone that you idol and look up to.
Well, I'm going to go with the celebrity. I met Waka at the airport, LaGuardia, and it was me and my cousin, and we're sitting there like, he looks familiar. So we pull the let's walk by, pretend like we have something over there we need. We walk by, and we're just looking at him, and he has his hand, like, covering his face. So we walk back to our seats, and then he gets up, and he's in the line to board his plane. And my cousin's like, Waka! And then I put my head down because I'm like, okay, she did not really just do that. And then he looks up and he looks out of it, and so she asked him, you know, where you off to? And he's like, oh, I'm going back home to Atlanta. The plane I was on had some issues, so we had to switch planes. And he was really cool. He admitted to us that he was high and he didn't exactly know which plane
of course.
he was getting on. And he didn't have any security with him. It was just him. And yeah, he was really cool. That was a good experience.
Okay. Sherry, can you please share with us? Yes.
The closest person to a celebrity that I've met is, I didn't even really meet her. It was Lil Debbie. Do you guys know who that is?
No, so we're
you know who Krayshawn is?
Okay.
Okay, her white girl mod.
Okay, Sherry, you're getting completely cut off
Okay,
from the
yeah,
conversation.
like,
After making that statement, you made me consider you as a friend.
okay, who's going next?
That has a lot to say. Ashley, since you're already an artist and you know you already have your fan base, I would hate to have to ask you that. So the question that I am going to ask you is, what artists in the industry have inspired you as you came up in the game?
Coming up, well, I mean, I respect everybody's R&B game out there now, you know what I'm saying? Like Neo, Trey Songz, Miguel, all them dudes do their thing. But for me, it was really R. Kelly, Usher, I mean, heavyweights, Genuine, Tyrese, Avant, you know, like, so a lot of their music,
Definitely.
you know, really, you know, I was looking at it one day, like, I could do that, you know, so.
I agree. I definitely feel like almost all of the people that you named, notice I said almost, because I don't know how I feel about some of them artists, but they definitely all had their place in the industry, and that's what's important. We are going to go ahead and introduce your second song of the evening, which is entitled Nasty.
Yeah.
So, it's the song Nasty itself. Just go ahead and tell our audience. So they give them a little heads up.
It's a sexy song. It's
sexy.
It's the only, it's rather a pop record, really.
Really, I did. I listened to it, and it was more upbeat.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people gonna be feeling that because it's more poppy. It's something that you can dance to.
Yeah.
And it's still something, it still got that R&B vibe.
Right.
I definitely agree with that. So we about to play Nasty for you. Call us in at 718-488-1590 after we play the song. All right, we're back. And speaking of, we were just before we went back on there, we were talking about Real Husbands of Hollywood. Supreme, what do you think about the show? 'Cause
I like it, but sometimes it's very corny.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think Kevin Hart is kind of corny, actually.
In general, or
in general,
just the show?
But I think that's what people like about him, is that he's so corny. Like, he honestly, ever since Kevin Hart came out, he's been using the same lineup jokes.
Catchphrases.
Yeah, same catchphrases over this whole time, but people love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've been loving it for the years. We actually have a caller. Hopefully they want to talk about the last track that we just played, which was Ashley Lovechild's Nasty, featuring
Young
Swagger, which is actually an artist signed on Ashley's label.
Hip-hop duo.
The duo.
So
Young Swagger.
Yeah.
Comes along with
two people.
Yeah. So it's a trio.
No, I'm sorry, it's two people. Illville and my man Filthy Rich.
Alright, Illville and Filthy Rich.
Yeah.
Very interesting artist names, by the way.
I know.
I find that very
Those are my
funny.
guys.
Alright, so we're about to have the caller online. Caller, what do you have to say about that track you just heard? Hello, caller. Hello? Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Shout out to Illinois for everybody. Oh, okay. So you're from the hometown, represent. What do you want to say about the latest track we just played, Nasty by Ashley Lovechild? Hello?
I'm trying to figure out what you're going to say.
Strike one. Strike two. Yep. Go ahead. It was cool.
Thank you, love.
You was feeling it? You could be in the club shaking your booty today? Oh, no, you don't know about all that. Look, that's something that's for your private collection.
I can help you shake your booty.
Go ahead. That was earlier on in the hour, but I'm glad that you remembered that. Well, the answer to have I had a threesome is no.
Oh,
and there's two reasons I supplied that answer. One, because my mom is listening to this show right now.
Hi, Mom. And
we don't play that. Shout out to Terry Dent. And two, because I really haven't. I haven't had that chance to experience it. Thank you very much. So, thank you for calling. Thank you for your opinion on the song Nasty by Ashley Lovechild, and you have a nice evening.
Thank you, love.
That was very interesting. Why did we have to go back to about me having threesome? Like, there was a reason why I didn't.
They want to know, man.
They want to know.
They want to know.
Y'all want to know about my life. We have plenty of more shows to come. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we had some technical difficulties. I'm going to be honest with my audience because I feel like if I'm honest with you guys and you guys will be honest with me, usually you can listen to us on iTunes/radio, colleges and universities, LIU Brooklyn. Or you can listen to us at our website at www.liubk.org. However, for this particular evening, you can tune in through the TuneIn app for your mobile devices and tablets, which you can find on any Android or Apple store. And you can search WLIU and tune in for us this evening. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to get those technical difficulties worked out and expand so that we can have everyone listening to us.
Hopefully our GM is listening.
Yes, hopefully our GM is listening. So Ashley.
What's up, brother?
Back to you, because you are the man of the hour.
Yeah.
I would hate to take any time away from you. Our listeners, obviously, they were feeling the last track we just played for you. Your upcoming project. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, my new single, Heart Scars, will be out February 26th. I think everybody's gonna love it. It's totally different from Shirtless. you know, which is the bedroom type of vibe.
Yeah.
My homage to the 90s and, you know, of sort. But Heart Scars is really a song about just people going through different relationships and carrying one battle from that relationship, as far as, you know, heartbreak and those type of things, to the next, where you refuse to trust the next person, where you refuse to let your guard down for the next person. So that's what we're going on Heart Scars.
That's
with that.
So. We all, I'm sure we all have experienced that tangle of love.
Yeah.
And Sherry, you look like you had something you wanted to say about that. Have you ever had your heart broken? Let us all know. Let it. Supreme, Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Me and Supreme actually have shared
there.
quite a few experiences with heartbreak, and I always tell her, this is what I tell myself, this is my pick-me-up for when I have a heartbreak, is go have sex. I'm playing. Don't listen to that. Sorry, Mom. That was not intended for the listeners. But, no, I feel like music like Ashley's is very helpful when you're going through a heartbreak, because, you know, it's just that music that puts you, because you have to express yourself. Don't hold it in. Don't hold the heartbreak in. Let it out. And that music is that gateway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that gateway to get out and just, like, let your feelings out.
Music is the cure to everything.
Yes. Yes, it is. It puts you in the best space possible.
Music cure cancer? I did not see that news report. That's crazy. No, I'm just saying. It's all good. So, Ashley, I want to touch back to the record label business, which is ROlisticRecords.
Yes.
But you yourself have a record label.
Yeah, I have a label deal through ROlisticRecords, and we also have a digital distribution with INTSGRAM.
Okay.
So, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's just the best of both worlds right now. When being an independent label, like, the movement itself is so strong. We have other labels who are major that want us to come on, but we building something that's so crazy, and our listeners, you know, the followers that we have is so crazy right now. It makes no sense to do that at the moment. So, you know, we're just gonna keep on doing our thing. And I have great faith in the artists that we have, strong artists like Young Swagger. Again, shout outs to Solar 235. But like Young Swagger, hip hop duo. Shout out to Filthy Rich and Illville. These dudes are amazing. Shout outs to Bedrock the Rebel, he's also another beast in the camp. You know, all three guys are rappers, and they tear it down. So, you know, the movement is very strong. So
that's good. That's good. That definitely sounds like y'all going somewhere. The question that I want to ask you is, how did you go about to actually developing your own independent label? That's a very interesting transition. You think, like...
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? He's probably my biggest critic. So at the end of the day, I think I had not just to prove it to him, but I had to prove it to myself. And it really started off with sales. You know, my first independent project, it did well independently. So it got him to thinking, okay, what can you do with other people? What can you do with, you know, people that want the same opportunity as you? And that's one of the things I wanted to do, was break new music, because it's too many talented people around me. You know, in Brooklyn alone, it's you know, it's crazy. So I want to give people that same opportunity to put their music out there and to really have the same impact that I'm giving people as well too. So.
Okay, I agree. So everyone, for all of our listeners that are just tuning in, this is Ashley Lovechild joining us, and we actually have a caller. Let's try to get them on air. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, Patricia, and what did you want to say on there with us today?
I heard the first half of that question. I didn't hear the second half. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and repeat that for us.
Okay. Well, someone I would like to work with in the near future, I would say, you know what? I really want to do a duet. So I would say, Beyonce.
Of course.
Beyonce. And, you know, for obvious reasons, but, you know, I think she's a terrific artist and all that good stuff. Of course, Jay-Z would be there to supervise, but, you know, but it's all good. And what inspires me, I'm really inspired just making great music. You know, I'm inspired by a lot of the early 90s music of R&B, so I kind of wanted to recreate that and make it more modern. So, you know, thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in.
Thank you for listening.
You have a good evening.
You just hung up.
I did hang up on her, but
Sorry.
Sorry, Patricia. You call back and we'll have a little something special for you, all right? Now we're going to move on to Ashley's third song that he brought with him tonight, which is entitled Bedroom. And I listened to this track, and I was feeling it, like, right off the top. And I actually played it for both Supreme and Sherry, and they both were feeling it. Just to let you know, they were nodding their heads. They was like, So we're going to play that for you. For our listeners, call in at 718-488-1590 after we play this song for you and let us know what you think, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Call us in at 718-488-1590 if you have something to say about that song. And like I said to my listeners earlier, that's a hot track. So please call in and let us know what you think. Supreme, your opinion.
That was my favorite song.
That was your favorite song?
That was my favorite.
Thank you.
You like that?
I did.
You was like,
I was vibing to it before when Trace had us listen to all your songs.
All right, Sherry.
Thank you.
Thing. She just said no.
Did you like
cool.
the
Sherry, please.
Cool, no.
Did you like the
But
beat?
can I finish what I was saying?
Go ahead.
Jeez.
Everyone,
No,
don't
cool.
attack Terry. Sherry. Well, we don't know who that is.
Another nickname, I guess. But yeah, no, it was cool.
It was cool.
It was trippy. I like that.
I agree. I feel like it was. What artist can I say I was getting from that? Future. No, I wasn't. I don't know where she came up. There was no auto-tune.
Yeah.
Future auto-tunes everything,
Yeah.
so that was definitely straight R&B, which I wouldn't put Future in that category for numerous reasons. Even though I'm a kind of a fan of Future. That one song with Rihanna, that was hot.
Yeah, I like that.
By the way, Rihanna has a great album. Listeners, I'm not sure if she's been out for a minute, but make sure y'all check that out. If you a Rihanna hater, just give her one more chance with that album, because I've been hearing left and right that was a hot album.
Yeah, it was.
So definitely check that out. Ashley's going to be leaving us soon, so one more time, just tell us about your future projects you have coming up.
Sure. Like February 26th, the new single Heart Scars come out. March 19th, we actually doing a remix to the Threesome, and that's featuring Bedrock the Rebel. Shout out to Bedrock the Rebel. Again, he has a new compilation coming out called Revelation. Young Swagger has a new compilation coming out called Welcome to Richville. But we also are collabing as a big, as a label, and we're doing Planet of the High Roller compilation as well too.
Okay, that's what's up.
And the new album 18, the official album will be out. I would say second, third quarter.
So listeners, please be expecting that.
Yes.
We will post Ashley's information on our Facebook page. Please go like us at www.facebook.com/RealTalkWLIU, where you can find all the information on the artists featured on this show. Ashley, thank you for coming in with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for presenting your music. The fans that called in definitely loved it. Sherry, Supreme loved it. And we really appreciate you. This is our premiere show, so we appreciate you coming in and spending your time with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, and hopefully, later on you can come back.
Definitely will.
We can play Would You Rather again.
Yeah.
We can have a good time.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so listeners, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Real Talk Radio.